Hello, everyone. Hope you are all keeping safe and doing good. It's a pleasure to be at Finacle Conclave today. I am Muneeb, and I head the global banking and financial services business at Cloud4C. Along with me, we have Mr. Anil Jaggia, who is a strategic advisor for banking practice at Cloud4C, and he is the ex-CIO of HDFC Bank with more than 3 decades experience of working in the banking industry. We also have Mr. Gaurav Sharma, who is a globally technology consulting at Finacle. And I'm sure a lot of you must have interacted with Mr. Gaurav as part of your cloud conversations. The way 2020 had played out was unprecedented. Lockdown measures threw a huge challenge that crippled the global economies. This is where we felt that outmaneuver uncertainty and banking in the never normal could be the most apt conversation and session for today. The evident impact of the lockdown was that the NPLs surged. There was restriction on personal interactions, leading to a lot of customers moving towards digital avenues for interaction with the banks. The top line of the banks getting impacted because of the misaligned revenues and cost. Bank had to relook at the short-term priorities and also look at greater operational flexibility. Even before the pandemic, banking and financial services was undergoing a lot of changes. On the operational side, there was pressure of reduced time to market, pressure of meeting the customer experience expectations. On the IT landscape side, there was a requirement of modernizing the legacy platforms, modernizing the legacy applications, and also moving towards agile methodologies. Not to mention about the alternative competition, like you had the fintechs, the neobanks, and the challenger banks that were operating in the market, which were giving a lot of competition to the traditional banks, and the ever-changing security and compliance requirements. Because of these changes of the ecosystem, increased challenges, we feel that the following could be the trends of banking in the never normal. There will be a lot of focus on accelerated digital transformation. Banks will look at launching new products much faster. The flexibility for the employees of banks to work from anywhere would also be implemented. There would be a lot of automation to bring in more efficiencies on the front office and back office. There will be a lot of focus on AI and ML powered decision making for banks to have more intelligent conversations with the customers or to give the next best offer to the customers. And with so many digital assets being implemented by the banks, there will be a lot of focus on continuous threat protection and fraud detection to the digital ecosystem, along with co-developed innovation with partners. This is where we feel that cloud has a role to play. Cloud can help banks accelerate towards meeting all these trends that we spoke about. Well, the data says that too. If you look at what IDC has to say, IDC has pointed towards an increased cloud adoption by financial services organization. This is where banks need to seriously think about building and implementing the right cloud strategies. Because if you look at the traditional benefits of cloud, banks will get greater speed, greater agility, greater flexibility with a reduced cost or a TCO that comes in. This is where a trusted partner is required to work hand in hand with the banks to implement the cloud strategy. Cloud4C could be the trusted partner for banks and financial services companies with our application focused high-end cloud managed services with a factory-based approach. 80% of our customer contracts comprised of bundled services with not only the standard managed services, but also the advanced managed services with 99.98% uptime SLA at application login. We have experience of implementing different mission critical and complex applications for financial services industries, manufacturing industries, retail, logistics, healthcare, pharma, FMCG industry. If you look at our managed services portfolio, We help banks in building the right cloud strategy by doing a comprehensive cloud assessment and a cloud consulting exercise, executing the cloud strategy with our migration services, building a 360-degree security, comprehensive security portfolio with our managed security services, implementing an RPO RTO based SLA with our business continuity services, and helping banks implement work from anywhere with our desktop as a service, and choosing the right cloud platform with our cloud hosting services, and managing end-to-end cloud infrastructure, operating system, database, up to the app layer with our infrastructure managed services. If you look on over and on top of our enterprise managed services, we also have advanced managed services to meet the ever-growing requirements of automation, digital transformation. Our advanced managed services portfolio helps banks implement agile methodologies with a CI/CD pipeline through a DevOps as a service, implement front office and back office automation with our RPA as a service, and getting more intelligent insights out of the data through the data modernization services, and upgrading the legacy infrastructure to a container based architecture, or modernizing the apps to a microservices based architecture using our app and data modernization services. Bank in a Box, which is an integrated platform for running mission critical core banking and digital banking application in partnership with ISVs like Infosys Finacle, which not only gives you a single SLA at application login, but also includes the DR security compliance requirements as well. That gets delivered as part of a bank in a box service. Regulatory compliance, as we all know, that there is always new additions that happens to the compliance requirements. This is where our regulatory compliance as a service will help the banks. And for banks operating across multiple locations across the globe, our data localization services helps them meet the data residency requirements and data privacy guidelines in different countries. All of these services can be deployed on a public cloud or a hybrid cloud strategy. If you look at our public cloud expertise, we are an Azure expert MSP. We are an AWS advanced consulting partner. We are a Google Cloud and Oracle Cloud partner as well. The public cloud services have been now extended to a hybrid cloud using AWS Outpost, Azure Stack, and Google Anthos. Over and above that, Cloud4C also has got our own private cloud deployed in almost 52 locations across the globe. This gives our customers the flexibility to implement a multi-cloud strategy depending on the use case and the application that is being migrated to cloud. There's our global footprint. We are headquartered in Singapore and we are servicing more than 4,000 plus customers globally across 52 locations. We have 2,000 employees at Cloud4C, and 1,000 plus employees are already certified for public cloud. In each of the country that we are operating in 26 countries. In each of the country that we are operating in, we meet the central bank guidelines for running your applications on a cloud infrastructure. You can see some of the logos have already been put up over here. Over and above the central bank guidelines, we also meet industry specific requirements like GDPR or PCI DSS requirements. And we are also certified for key worldwide standards like ISO 27001, 17, 18, SOC 1, SOC 2, 22301, 20000, and 9001. At Cloud4C, banking and financial services is a separate practice. We are running 100 plus financial services customers as part of the practice, which include 5 of the top 20 global banks and 15 multinational banks as well. To give you an example of the different workloads that we are managing for different customers, for one of the largest banks in UAE, we have migrated 245 applications onto a public cloud platform. For a leading bank in Qatar, we have implemented app modernization services. For one of the largest private banks in India, as part of the payment modernization initiatives, we have migrated payment applications onto the cloud platform. For a top 10 global bank, we have implemented a hybrid cloud strategy, which includes running mission critical digital core applications, API banking, agency banking applications, where the test and development workloads are running on public cloud and the production workloads are running on a private cloud platform, and with complete compliance around GDPR requirements as well. So I can keep going and on with different examples that we have, but yeah, this is just to give you an overview on of our expertise. This has been possible uh, as part of the focused effort that we have on banking and financial services, where we have a dedicated banking experience team, where the program managers or the delivery teams have got significant banking experience. Even the cloud architects that create the solutions on cloud for our banking customers do come in from these banking backgrounds. We also have a multi-cloud capability to implement the right cloud strategy for the banks, along with ISV partnerships that help us deliver a single SLA at application login. We understand that certain advanced managed services are required to implement the right data masking and the advanced strategy, which includes the DR services for banks. All that is included as part of the overall deliverables as part of our services. As part of our managed services, we also implement the cybersecurity guidelines required by the central bank, along with even managing the audits. From the security adoption framework that we have created for banks, we implemented based on the hybrid approach by leveraging the cloud native security tools. Over and above that, we have implemented 40 plus security controls, as we have invested in 26 plus security tools as well. The idea is to give the best possible security as required or as prescribed by the central bank. Depending on the application use case, we can always work out the right security strategy. This is one more perspective of how the banks can look at the cloud adoption, right? Either you can start right from the assessment and go from step one to test and development to non-core to DRBCP and tier one or core applications onto the cloud platform, or depending on the cloud adoption stage at which your organization is on, you can have different entry points. So that is completely possible uh, as part of your cloud adoption strategy. And one thing that is very important to note that is certain applications can be, as I think a comprehensive cloud strategy needs to be made. Certain applications can be bucketed under lift and shift, and certain applications and infrastructure and data can come under the modernization strategy. Typically, what we have seen is if you just do a lift and shift, there will be some 20% cost saving. But as you start implementing the cloud native solutions, you can get up to 40% cost savings. Apart from the migration and modernization, the sustenance, as I spoke to you about the managed services, is very, very important. I think this is where I would like to bring in Mr. Anil Jaggia. He has been a part of a lot of cloud transformations, and he's put one of the largest banks in India at the cutting edge of technology. So, Mr. Anil, if you could share your experience of banking in the never normal, I think that it would be a good takeaway for the audience.
Thanks, Muneeb. With digital adoption tending to near 100%, reliability, availability, and scalability of digital channels and all the supporting systems becomes ever more critical. This also means that BCP should deliver to agreed RTO in every drill and every eventuality. This, in my view, can only happen with automation and tight processes. Cloud certainly will help. Further, IT departments are being asked to deliver cost saving not just in increments but as a transformation. This, in my view, can happen only with a well thought out cloud adoption strategy. We at Cloud 4C can help whatever phase of the journey you are in, whether it's moving test and development, DR, or production workloads, VMs to cloud. If you are looking to take your monolith systems to cloud, we can help with cloud native transformation too. We will not only handle the planning and project phase, but will also be keen to play a role in day to day IT delivery, all this with contractual accountability. Thanks, Muneeb. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Anil. Appreciate your, views and inputs on this subject, right? So I think, one of the services that I spoke to you about was our bank in a box platform, right? Which as I spoke to you about, is an integrated service offering for banks to run their core banking and digital banking applications onto the cloud platform. This is where we work very closely with Infosys Finacle, who is a leader in both the core and digital banking applications globally, to deliver a bank in a box platform. And we have already onboarded two customers with Infosys Finacle on this particular platform. And there are much more, there are a lot more of them in the pipeline that we look forward to onboard. And I have always worked with Mr. Gaurav very closely on this entire strategy, and he has been a key stakeholder from Infosys Finacle to run the Infosys Finacle applications on cloud. So I think who best than Mr. Gaurav to explain the Bank in a Box platform strategy along with Cloud4C. So Mr. Gaurav, over to you.
Welcome to Conclave 2021. Finacle and Cloud4C relation go long back. The partnership started with selecting Cloud4C for Finacle Cloud business, where we would leverage the cloud capabilities in data centers across geographies. As a joint offering, we had an early win, and then onwards, the partnership has been maturing over the years. The Cloud4C complements Finacle capabilities and brings strong value proposition in various markets. Finacle today leverages Cloud4C capability in area ranging from cloud data centers and DR locations as a bundled offer. Along with them, we are also working on strong cloud managed services and best practice to be provided to our end customers as well. Over the years, we have seen that Cloud4C has increased the spectrum of their cloud services and have also uh, increased their support on multiple public cloud platforms, which comes very handy for us when we are engaging with various diverse customers and prospects from a Finacle perspective. In today's context, with a deep understanding of Finacle solutions like Finacle Core Banking, Finacle Digital Engagement Hub, along with C4C, we are offering Finacle Community Banking in various specific regions. In India, for working closely as a partner, we are offering Finacle solutions along with Cloud4C in a complete end-to-end managed services. This is to provide best-in-class solutions along with the best-in-class surround ecosystem and managed services, which are bundled together. There are Finacle customers where C4C is also bringing cloud expertise in managing customer ecosystems. As a partner, Cloud4C brings trust, commitment of working jointly on customer ask, and great amount of flexibility in making solutions fit for purpose. We are working on various active threads across multiple regions where Cloud4C brings strong presence and experience of handling clients. Thank you. Back to you, Mani.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Gaurav. You summarized it much better than me. Uh, so I think this brings us to the end of the session. And before we end the session, I would request all of you to scan this barcode on your camera. You will get a link to a form. Please go and fill up the feedback form. Something exciting can come your way. We will be giving away an iPad as a lucky draw. So whoever is a lucky winner will reach out to them, and will ship it to your home. Not to worry about you receiving your iPad. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was a real pleasure, speaking here at Finacle Conclave today. I look forward to having a lot more conversations with each one of you going forward. Thank you so much.